Hey guys, in this video we're going to look at the angles of polygons. And so we start out pretty easily with this discussing exactly what a polygon is. And our definition is going to be a polygon is a two-dimensional figure that has line segments as all of its sides. A convex polygon is a polygon such that if you pick 2 points in or on the polygon, the line segment connecting the 2 points will be completely inside or on the polygon. So that is what we call a convex polygon. And here are some examples. Here we have a triangle and here we have a hexagon. So for instance, if I take any 2 points in this triangle and I connect them, let's say here and here, then the whole entire line segment will fall inside the figure, and it does. I could also pick a couple points that are on the outside. So if I take, let's say this one and this one, then the entire segment should fall in the polygon, the triangle, and it does. For a hexagon, same thing. If you, it's got 6 sides. So if you pick any 2 points in or on this figure, the whole thing is either going to be inside or on it. So now we have this definition. A regular polygon is a polygon such that all of its sides are the same length and all of the interior angles are the same measure. And you encounter these frequently in the form of an equilateral triangle. All the angles are 60 degrees and all of the sides are the same length. And that's really classifying it by its sides would be equilateral. If we want to classify it by the angles, we call it equiangular, but we're not doing that this time. We're classifying by sides. This one's called a square because all 4 sides are the same and all 4 angles are 90 degrees. This one, a rectangular octagon. Actually, that's 1, 2, 3. That's just a hexagon. That's hexagon. Yes, hexagon, not octagon for that one. I was trying to find an octagon and instead I picked a hexagon instead. So yeah, that's a hexagon. All of the interior angles are the same measure and all the sides are the same length. And so all of those are examples of regular polygons. So if you want to find the sum of the measures of the interior angles of a convex polygon, can be found by using the formula S equals 180 times n minus 2. S is the sum of the measures of the interior angles, and n is the number of sides of the polygon. So we have a few problems here that we're going to do. This one says, what is the sum of the measures of the interior angles of a convex polygon with 13 sides? And so here we have the number of sides, n is equal to 13 sides. And so we say S is equal to the sum of all the interior angles, 180 times n minus 2, which is going to be 13 minus 2. That's going to be 180 times 11. So if you take your calculator and you put in 180 times 11, you get 1980. So it's going to be 1,980 degrees. It's going to be a lot because there's a lot of angles. Here's one. What's the sum of the measures of the interior angles of a convex polygon with 20 sides? So this time we have an n side lengths, number of sides of 20. And so S is equal to 180 times 20 minus 2. And really the only mistake people make is they forget to subtract 2 from it. And so now we have 180 times 18. And so we grab the calculator, 180 times 18, and we get 3240 degrees. So that was the sum of the measures of the interior angles, convex polygon with 20 sides. All right, let's do one with 14. So this time n is equal to 14. So the sum is equal to 180 times 14 minus 2. That's going to be 180 times 12. And then whatever that turns out to be, 180 times 12 is 2160. 2160 degrees. Okay, so now we have some polygons and we're going to solve some problems with them, all right? Okay, so here we have a polygon with 4 sides, and we will call that a quadrilateral. Okay, so if it has 4 sides, and we know that this one's 45, this one's 45, this one's x, and this one's x, and we want to figure out what x is, we need to first figure out what to add all these up and set it equal to. So the first thing you need to do is figure out what the sum is. So the sum of all these angles is 180 times 4 minus 2. 4 sides minus 2 equals 180 times 2, and that's going to give us 360. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add all these up and set it equal to 360, because that's what the sum of all those angle measures should be. So we're going to say x plus 45 plus another 45 equals 360. So now we have 2 x's plus 45 and 45 make 90 is equal to 360. So now let's take 360, let's subtract 90 from it, and we get 270. And now we're just going to divide that by 2, and we get 135. So x is 135 degrees. Next example, we have this one right here, and this one we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. So for 6 sides, the sum is equal to 180 times 6 minus 2. So that's going to be equal to 180 times 4. So if you don't know that off the top of your head, just do 180 times 4, and we get 720. So what we're going to do now is take all of these angles and set it equal to 720. So let's just start with the x. So x plus, that one's 90 because of the notch, 138, 160, 102, and 92. All those together have to equal 720. So what I'm going to do now is take all of these angles and just add them all up. So I've got 90 plus 138 plus 160 plus 102 plus 92 equals 582. So x plus 582 equals 720. Okay, so we're going to now take 720, we're going to subtract 582 from both sides. So 720 minus 582, and we get 138. Okay, so we're not expected to take a protractor and measure this angle and see whether it is or is not 138. We're going to use the algebra to figure out what it is, because you really can't answer a question by looking at it. It doesn't say to do that, and most figures are not drawn to scale or exact, and so you really can't use a protractor on it or guess. You just have to do the math, and it'll come out to be whatever it's supposed to be. All right, here's our next one. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. We've already encountered this one. This is a quadrilateral, and we know that this is going to be 360 for the sum. And I usually write that in the middle like that. So let's add them all up and set it equal to 360. So x plus 70 plus 2x plus 95 equals 360. All right. So now let's combine some like terms. X and 2x make 3x. What's 70 plus 95? That's going to be 165 equals 360. All right, so let's take 360 now and subtract 165, and we get 195. So 3x is equal to 195. Now let's divide by 3. And we get x equals 65. And that's what it's asking for, so we're good. Okay, next one. we have this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides this time. And so we have not encountered that. So let's do S is equal to 180 times 5 minus 2. That's going to give us 180 times 3. Okay, so 180 times 3 is 540. And so this sum is all going to be equal to 540. This one should be fun. It's going to stretch probably all the way across here. All right, when you got a lot of stuff like this, the first thing you want to do is pick one and start from there. So I'm going to pick the 7x plus 1 plus 12x plus 4 plus 9x minus 8 plus 4x plus 6 plus 13x minus 3. It's all equal to 540. It looks really bad, but it's really not that bad. All right, so let's see what we got here for x's. We got 7 plus 12 plus 9 plus 4 plus 13 equals 45. So we have 45 x's, and now we have some constants. 1 plus 4 minus 8 plus 6, and then minus 3, 0. So everything canceled out. So it looks like now we're going to get 45x plus 0 is equal to 540. So let's take 540 and divide 45, and we get 12. And so x is equal to 12, and that is correct. 12 is it. Interesting for that one, everything canceled. And our last one, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. And so for 5 sides, we already encountered that one. That was 540, if you remember. And so for this one, we're going to go ahead and add them all up. So let's start with, and it doesn't matter which one you start with, just work your way around the figure. Let's start with 12x. So 12x plus 6x plus 13x minus 6 plus 5x plus 10 plus 13x minus 3 equals 540. Okay, let's do what we did last time. Let's add up all the x's first. So we're going to get 12 here plus 6 plus 13 plus another 5 plus another 13, and I get 49 x's. Okay, now constants. We have a negative 6 plus 10, and then minus 3, and we get 1. So plus 1 equals 540. So now I'm going to subtract 1, and I get 49x is equal to 539. So we're going to take 539 divided by 49, and we get 11. And that is your value for x. That's how you do it. So this has been Angles of Polygons. Remember to like my videos, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And we'll see you guys later. Bye.